U.S. Rep. Stephanie Murphy's bipartisan approach to her first year in Congress scored legislative success on issues ranging from small business to national security, but also drew the ire of a newly fired-up Democratic base. Of the three freshman Democrats from Central Florida, which include U.S. Reps Val Demings, D. Orlando, and Darren Soto, D. Kissimmee, Murphy faces the toughest race for re-election, political experts suggest. District 7, where Murphy defeated 24-year Republican incumbent John Mica by 3 percentage points in 2016, was redrawn before that election to include all of Republican-leaning Seminole County plus a large area of Democratic-leaning Orange County, including downtown Orlando. The result is a district listed as even by Cook Political Report, in which Murphy and any Republican challenger will have to balance turning out base voters while also appealing to moderates and independents. "I think she has one of the toughest districts in the country," said Susan McManus, a political science professor at the University of South Florida. "It's very difficult to please everybody in a swing district, and that's why it's so challenging." Murphy, de Winter Park, has often tried to strike that balance, especially when it comes to President Donald Trump. She was one of the biggest critics of former White House advisor Steve Bannon and his appointment to the National Security Council, filing a bill to bar political staffers from the important decision-making group. But Murphy also said she and fellow Democrats could work with Trump after meeting with the president at the White House in September. Murphy declined to be interviewed for this story but said in a statement, "I came to Congress to break through the partisan noise and to give a voice to Central Floridians on the issues that matter to them. I believe in putting people over politics, and that's precisely what I've done during my first year in office." Murphy introduced a bill, passed by the Republican-controlled House, to make it easier for small business owners to obtain low-interest loans. Another bipartisan bill she co-sponsored and since signed into law by Trump ensures small businesses obtain a share of federal government contracts. Murphy pushed to provide emergency funding to schools that enrolled displaced students from Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, and she was also a reliable Democratic vote against Republican efforts to repeal the Affordable Care Act and transform the tax code. But Murphy is encountering a backlash from progressives and immigration activists over her vote on December 20 to keep the government operating for another month. Murphy was one of only about a dozen Democrats in the House to vote for it. Many Democrats had threatened to vote against any measure that didn't address DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, and the thousands of immigrants known as Dreamers who were brought to the country illegally as children and face deportation if the program isn't renewed. For our group and other groups, we've been pretty clear: a vote on a continuing resolution without DACA authorization is a vote to deport young people, Bruno Bahid, spokeswoman for the immigration advocacy group United We Dream.